Christian Craig, welcome to the Big Boy Show. You're about to go under the microscope. Hey everybody, Walty Wanderers, welcome to the show. If you're new, I want to thank you for coming. If you're returning, I want to thank you for your continued support. Before we get into today's bar-banging topic, I'm going to politely ask you to give the video a like, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment below. I would love to hear from you. Please watch to the end for my final thought. Hit the bell icon so your new moto videos are released. It's very important to stay close to the channel in these crazy moto times. All right, folks, welcome to the channel. Always an honor and a privilege to be with you. I hope you're all doing great. Buckle up, strap in, hang on to your hats and glasses. I got a barn burner, pull no punches, no sugarcoating it, no rainbows and sunshine. I'm just going to give it to you and give it to you straight as we continue to blow the lid off of professional motocross and supercross. No one's safe anymore. We're blowing the lid off of all this stuff. It's been my honor and privilege to do so. So the realities are, friends, we're going to talk about Christian Craig today. I believe he deserves a spot on the show to be covered. I love Christian Craig. Personally, he's a quality guy. It's hard not to like a family man, and I think Christian Craig is a great guy. But that doesn't mean that he is safe from being put under the microscope, my friends. And here's the reality. He's coming late to the party. This dude is kids in his 30s, just now going 450 full-time on that factory ride that everybody wants. If you're in professional moto, you want that factory ride. And he could have easily been on Privateer Island like we've seen in the past out of people like Dean Wilson. Different video, poor Dino. Dino, I love you, brother. Grandpa Earl forever. The realities is that like when we saw Dean do a Privateer deal and then he got his Husky factory ride, that's what Christian Craig, this is the moment. This is the moment for Christian Craig. This is massive. This is make or break time. This is it. You're gonna have to line it up on a stacked, I mean the most stacked field. Eli Tomac's virtually, he's impossible to beat right now. The dude's an animal. Then you've got just Ferrandis, you've got El Hombre, you've got Sid Cirillo. I mean, the list goes on, and Roxon, and who else we got? We got piles right. You're going to line it up. So we did a poll, and we asked you, the moto community, where does Christian Craig fit into the mix on his rookie season? Now, he's flirted with some 450 races here and there, but never full-time committed with a contract to be a 450 rider. This is it. This is a big situation for Christian Craig. And like I said, I love him. I remember back in the mid-2000s, I was sponsoring a lot of teams and riders with Motostar, and I was down on track walk of one of the races, one of the California rounds. And he was a kid back then, and I was just hanging out on a track walk by myself, on my phone probably, and he comes walking up and engages me. We start talking. He was just a cool kid, and he was back when it was like Troy Lee Designs. Then last year I was at took my daughter, wanted to check it out, so we went, and Christian Craig was there again. And again, hung out with us. I'll show a picture at the end of this video, hanging out with my daughter. Got a picture. This was what was cool about the picture is that was Anaheim 1, Star Racing, the 250 Yamaha. When it was the first round, we didn't know he was going to win the championship at that time. We didn't know. He was getting very little talk, actually, and went on to win that 250 championship. So the reality is now we're going to have to put him under the microscope and examine how's he going to do in the 450s. We asked that question on the community page of this channel, and if you're new, jump in, subscribe, get involved. We're going to do some cool stuff this season as we blow the lid off of the industry. We're going to expose some people. We're also going to put some people under the spotlight as they so deserve. And Christian Craig, I think you deserve to be here and highlighted, but the realities are we're not going to sugarcoat it. We're going to put you under the microscope. We're cheering for you, but that's not going to mean that you're safe and we're just going to sprinkle rainbows and sunshine like a lot of the other channels out there doing. We're going to always give it to you and give it to you straight. And that's not only what you guys want, it's what you deserve, and so does Christian Craig. So let's go ahead and run this poll, examine how he survived the poll, and then we'll meet back here and wrap it up. Let's get started. All right, buckle up and strap in. Let's check out Christian Craig and how he did in the poll. Over 50% of the people said, Christian Craig, you're a top 5 guy this season. 27% said, Christian Craig, you're going to hit the podium. And 12% said, Christian Craig, you're going to get wins. Now let's get back to the studio and wrap this one up. All right, welcome back. So there you go. Over 50% of people say he's the top 5 guy. And I mean, it makes sense. He is a top 5 guy. And I think he'll be stoked if he's a top 5 guy. But the reality is he wants to win. And that's why I think 12% of you said this guy can win races. I mean, nobody's ruling that out. And I would, just like I talked about before we ran the poll, when last season at Anaheim 1, when I saw that guy in rider seating, we had no idea he was going to go on to win the 250 Lights Championship, the first of his career. The same thing could happen this Anaheim 1. He could come out and be a player, and it wouldn't surprise anybody, but we would start talking about him. He's got that kind of pedigree, and I love the guy because he's been through massive adversity. He's one of the guys that's been able to come back from a big injury and win again, and that is hard to do. Most riders can't do it. He's done that. We're going to continue to monitor and check Christian Craig because I think he's a sleeper pick, man. And I think that we can't be surprised if we see that guy show up and make a splash and some noise. Now, the flip side of that coin is if he comes out and he's outside the top 10, it's not going to surprise anybody as well. He'll be like a Dean Wilson. His star will fade until ultimately he's done. This is make or break for Christian Craig. And final thoughts. I come to you as a friend, as an industry guy. Somebody wants to see you not only win on the track, win off the track as we examine the biggest riders in the sport and what's really going on. We're going to say the things that you've thought, but nobody else is saying because that's what we're here for. That's what we all want. This isn't tap dancing. This isn't ballerina. This isn't ice skating. This is high flying, risk your life, risk everything. Moto is massively dangerous. I don't want to minimize how gnarly the sport is. This sport is crazy gnarly. Anybody that's thrown a leg over a moto knows it's not for the light of heart. You have to be committed 100% because it's not only what we need, it's in fact what we deserve. If you appreciate the content, I want to humbly ask you to give the video a like, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment below. I would love to hear from you. Social media link in the description of this video if you'd like to message me there with the contact email for your convenience. Also, if you like this video, there's going to be another video coming in your screen with an easy subscribe icon for your convenience. As always, thank you for your time. Don't go over the bars today. I will see you on the next video.